A few days ago, a surprising thing happened to me. While I was doing my homework, I heard my dad talking on the phone. I got interested in that when I realized he was calling to heaven to make a complaint. I put my pencil aside to pay attention to the conversation. My dad was a little upset. He asked tirelessly to talk to God. After a while, for his constant insistence, my dad was heard. I thought it was funny that my daddy was complaining to God about why he had not been visiting our town, and even worse, he had not been home for a couple days. Oh my gosh, how weird is my dad? How can he call God and even more complain about his absence? Are they friends and I did not know about it? Has my dad ever even seen God? Until then, I had always thought my daddy had not met God. My dad began to cry while he was talking to God. Over and over again, he told him what had happened in Bojaya on May 2nd, 2002. He also asked for explanations, although it had been some years since the tragedy took place. My dad still did not understand what happened on that day. I do not remember exactly what happened on that day, or more likely, I would like to forget about it. I just remember seeing my mom lying on the floor on the town's church. Many people surrounded her, and my dad was crying unconsolably. I thought she was scared because of the church explosion, that she wanted to close her eyes to avoid seeing anything. However, some day after, I realized my mom closed her eyes to never open them again. I also remember that everything around me was gray, and my friends and neighbors were crying and screaming very loudly. My dad told me that a strong wind knocked the church down. I believed it. A few days ago, I understood that the church did not fall down because of the wind, but because some bad people had bombed it. When my daddy hung up the phone, I asked him, "Why did you call God? Have you been able to talk to him? Do you know how my mom is?" I asked him many questions at the same time. He sat down next to me with his eyes full of tears. Then he told me, "There are two ways in the world. One is the good path and another one is the evil path. People decide which of both they want to follow. Your mom was always on the good path. She worked really hard, helped people, and loved us so much. That's why I called God." So, what did he say? He told me that your mom is doing very well. He explained to me that your mom traveled to heaven in order to take care of both of us. We should be very proud of her because she's doing a great job in heaven. Then, why were you crying so much? Because I remembered what happened on the day that Bojaya stopped dreaming. What did happen in Bojaya? I will tell you. That day, two groups of people began fighting. We were very scared, so we ran to God's house to protect ourselves and wait until the fight ended. However, they were very angry, so they destroyed our town, even God's house. Their hearts were full of hatred and anger. Therefore, they wielded powerful weapons capable of destroying homes, churches, and schools, and also with the capacity of destroying dreams, hopes, and illusions of human beings. Why were they fighting? Both groups of people wanted to take possession of our town. However, they could not lead our town because they followed the wrong path in life. They took as a model the evil path, where there is only a place developed hatred, anger, evilness, and ambition. Who did win that fight? In all wars, fights, and conflicts, there are not winners at all. Everyone somehow loses. They lost many things such as sensibility, the purity of their hearts, and the ability to disagree without using force. We as victims of this conflict lost confidence, faith, and the desire to dream. Are you still upset with God? My daddy looked at me and answered my question with another question. How could I be angry with my best friend? I was upset with him for a long time because I thought he forgot about us that day. However, after talking to him, I realized that he was always with all of us. He was suffering as we did. He could not understand how those beautiful human beings could hurt so many people. He made me understand that even when bad things happen, he is always there to protect us. When my daddy finished talking, he was smiling and his face reflected tranquility. So it was that I understood that we can really talk to God. Now I sleep happy again because God gave my daddy back the desire to dream.